The Goldfields teenager struck down by the deadly meningococcal infection. Vandals destroy a $70,000 fountain just a month after it's built. And curious creatures of the deep come in to say hello.
Shut up!
Live across Western Australia, GWN7 News with Noel Brunning.
Good evening. First tonight, a country football star is lucky to be alive after contracting the deadly meningococcal disease. And 20-year-old Dean Haynes is sharing his story to warn others about the signs to look out for.
Didn't think it would happen to me.
If things had been different, Dean Haynes might not be here today.
No, I just thought I was a bit sick from something I ate or something like that.
Instead, he'd been infected with the deadly meningococcal disease. When it first hit him, he thought it was just the flu.
Saturday night, I couldn't sleep and was really restless, and I had a bit of a fever and a headache.
The Boulder City football player was getting ready with friends for the races on Sunday when he noticed a rash in the shower. He rushed straight to hospital where doctors confirmed he had the B strain of the deadly virus. He's now recovering at home, walking out of hospital from his last checkup today. And he's been inundated with messages from well-wishers, especially his mates from the footy club.
They just reckon from sharing drink bottles at footy or beers with boys or something, but it's pretty easy to get.
Dean is one of 3 people across the state to contract the deadly disease this week. Meningococcal is highly contagious and can kill in 24 hours if left untreated. Look out for symptoms like a high fever, headache, neck stiffness, vomiting, severe muscle and joint pain and a rash. Late last year, the state government launched an unprecedented, large-scale free vaccination program for the W strain, targeting the Goldfields after 5 cases in 2 months in the region. Later, the vaccination program was expanded statewide. There were 23 cases of the disease last year, but already this year we've had 25. Dean hadn't been vaccinated, but he's urging others to get the jab just in case.
Keep an eye out for the signs, if you're feeling sick, definitely get it checked out. Just don't share drink bottles with everyone.
Kate Ryan, GWN7 News.
The Goldfields landmark, which was only recently reopened, has been closed again after it was targeted by vandals. They destroyed a $70,000 water fountain, which was installed only a month ago.
This is what remains of the water feature. It was one of the new additions to the redeveloped Lord Forest Olympic Pool.
It's disheartening, you invest money for the good of the community.
It cost the city $2.4 million to redevelop the historic pool into a park. It was opened just last month, and this week, vandals have shut it down.
The mindlessness of people who do that for no real reward. There's no monetary benefit. It's just wanton destruction.
The criminals broke into the site, daubing graffiti on the outer walls and destroying the fountain. They caused so much damage to the fountain that the internal plumbing will need to be repaired.
It's against most of the principles we grew up with, respecting people's property. They do it, it's a cost, everyone suffers.
The pool was once a cultural hub for Kalgoorlie, but was left unused for 17 years. The new development is supposed to celebrate its former glory.
What it does is it takes memories away and it upsets the people who built the town.
The park will be closed for a few weeks while security measures are installed and the water feature is fixed. It's expected to cost tens of thousands of dollars. Police are appealing to anyone who knows anything about the incident to come forward.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but if it happens more than twice or so, then you really have to look at removing it, which will be a real shame.
Brendan Crew, GWN7 News.
A Southwest liquor store is calling on the public to help identify 2 men who tried to break in. They were caught on CCTV trying to smash their way into Brunswick Junction liquor around 11 p.m. on the 23rd of September. The pair tried just about everything to break into the store, including throwing objects at the glass door and using a metal bar as a jemmy. Eventually they gave up, but not before causing a lot of damage to the business. The National Firearms Amnesty ends tomorrow, and police are urging people to make the most of it. Hundreds of guns and tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition have been handed in across the state since July, with no questions asked. But time is running out. The amnesty finishes at midnight tomorrow.
Once this amnesty is over, it's zero tolerance. You know, if somebody is found in possession of an unlicensed firearm, the penalties are severe.
They include hefty fines and possible jail time. The Department of Fire and Emergency Services is asking people across WA to fill out a survey about floods. The department wants to find out why people enter floodwater to better target flood safety messages and prevent deaths in the future. It comes after 2 people lost their lives in the devastating February floods as they attempted to cross floodwaters.
It is statewide targeted and we need everyone to participate and give us their thoughts around floodwater.
The survey will close on Monday. A Dunsborough fisherman has had a wildlife encounter he'll never forget. He was in a boat just off the coast when a pod of whales got up close and personal.
Holy God! Get out of town! You cannot be serious, buddy. You cannot be serious.
Fisherman Pat Redman can't believe it. At least 4 humpback whales swim right up to his boat.
Pretty amazing. I've seen lots of whales and this is right up there with... I don't usually go to them. I prefer to go fishing.
Yeah.
So this is definitely one of the better ones.
It happened off Old Dunsborough boat ramp on Wednesday morning. The 12-metre long whales were very calm and gentle as they approached the boat.
We're about 200 to 300 metres out where the dark water meets the light water there, straight off the ramp.
They swim and play alongside the boat and even brush up against it.
Oh, that's crazy. 1, 2, 1 over here. Look at this one. Look at this.
Whales are curious by nature. They often approach boats here in Geograph Bay as they are just as interested in us as we are in them.
Look how close to the boat he is. Shut up! He's touching my motor! No way!
Humpback whales are on their annual migration to the Antarctic. In Geograph Bay near Dunsborough, they rest and nurse their young from September to December.
What?
Danielle Kavanagh, GWN7 News.
Sunny weather brought the crowds back to the Royal Show today, but the rides and show bags weren't the only attractions. It was a big day for all the show dogs and their owners.
Time to shine today for man's best friend. Here in the confirmation competition. Contestants of all sizes and shapes, Chow Chow, Dalmatian, Great Dane, French Bulldog and of course the glamour girl of every show, the Poodle. The dogs are judged on a variety of criteria: general appearance, temperament, gait or movement, coat and colour.
The dogs travel far and wide to compete, including this dog who's come all the way from Bunbury.
Jackie Ainsworth and her dog Flynn also travelled from Bunbury to compete.
He won Best of Breed for the standard poodles. He's actually a much older dog to be still showing, but still doing very well in the ring.
Generally speaking, the calibre is reasonably good. Yes, they're not all marvellous, of course, but there are some very, very good dogs, and it's the same wherever dogs are judged. There are always some good ones and some not so good.
Susan Brown and her dog Woody travelled from Clackline.
He got second place today. Judge said he was a beautiful dog. He just thought his head was a little bit different than what he was wanting.
Judge Lewis Catalan travelled here from Portugal.
More or less most judges are doing 150 dogs more or less each day. So we have already done 600 or 700 dogs.
And the pace never lets up, even for the winners. Melissa Blomley, GWN7 News.
Nowangerup in the Great Southern turned into a winter wonderland yesterday evening when a brief but heavy hailstorm hit around 6 p.m. This is what it was like at local woman Michelle Harris's home. She says she's never seen so much hail in Nowangerup, and impressively the body of her snowman was still standing this morning. From a hailstorm south to a wet season build up north, Shauna has weather.
Yeah, look, thanks for that, Noel. We wanted to share with you this time lapse, which was taken by Jeff Greed, who says it's the first thunderhead of the wet season in the East Kimberley. Huge cloud masses piling up there yesterday afternoon. Always very spectacular, of course. Now, that build up coming in a broad trough sitting through here over most parts there of the Kimberley. A trough also over the interior through here. That dropped just a couple of showers today. Further south, we've had a high building and overnight rain cleared back to just a few traces. Argyle, our hotspot today with 40 degrees. It was 29 there for Broome, a good day. Down that Pilbara coastline, 33 for Port Hedland and a top of 29 for Onslow. 23 in Carnarvon just after 2:30 p.m. 5 in Geraldton before a top of 21 and just a little cooler for Kalgoorlie, 4 degrees before reaching 21. It was 18 in Busselton, 17 for Bridgetown, also 3 here for Albany. It dropped to just 1 degree at Collie and Wandering overnight. And look, a similar start east, a top of 17 for Esperance. Now we've seen rain reach up into the Gascoyne and right along that southern coastline. Our highest report was this 20 millimetres we had at Mount Solus in the lower west. But again, some really good reports out of the wheat belt, 8 mils at Goomalley. Now the rain clouds will be clearing for the next few days. The weather forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Shauna. The emu that wants to go mountain biking. That's coming up next. Plus, caught on camera, foxes killing off a WA icon. It's feared foxes are killing off rare numbats in a wheatbelt nature reserve. Conservationists say pictures from camera traps show the number of foxes in the area is on the rise.
There are few things quite as cute as WA's iconic numbat. The banded anteater is our state's emblem, but they're in trouble. Numbers have been declining. One place it was hoped they'd be safe is the Boyagin Nature Reserve near Narrogin. But camera traps there reveal a problem, and drive surveys through the bush found numbat numbers down.
The first time we did it, we were getting one numbat every 18 kilometres. Last year we were getting one numbat every 53 kilometres. When we noticed the drop in the numbers of numbats that we were seeing, we noticed an increase in the numbers of foxes in terms of sighting, and also we saw quite a few tracks of foxes.
And Paul thinks fox numbers may be on the rise, despite a long-running baiting program.
Fox baits have spread through the reserve every month, and we've shown that they're effective in reducing fox numbers.
We're working with the department. At the moment they are baiting the area, and it's just a matter of continuing with the baiting.
Paul is hoping that as the warmer weather approaches, he'll see more numbats. But the breed is in real trouble, with scientists estimating there may be only 1,000 left in the wild. Laura Thomas, GWN7 News.
Albany siblings Sam and Lauren Beck had a bicycle ride to remember last Saturday. The brother and sister were taking part in the Southern Peaks race when suddenly a surprise competitor sprinted through the field. Sam stopped to record this video when he spotted the excitable emu. For a while it seemed unsure what to do, but then made its way around the fence and basically decided to give the cyclists a run for their money.
Lauren, there's an emu! It's gonna get you! It's gonna get you! Ride! Pedal! It's gonna get you! Oh, that's too good!
It's not known where the emu finished. Time for a look at how the markets are performing. Here's Tracy Vaughan from Plumgrove.
Global wheat markets are arranging themselves for the release of tonight's US stocks report, which has the potential to add further volatility to our prices next week. The past week of rain in WA will help the majority of the crop, with most regions seeing in excess of 20 mils. WA was the most fortunate state as the rest of the country, bar a small part of Victoria, missed the rain completely. This is the reason we saw WA prices hold firm rather than falling, as would normally be the case if the whole country had experienced good falls. WA feed barley prices have fallen this week because Australian barley prices are too expensive on a global scale. Black sea barley is the cheapest option, costing buyers $30 less than Australian barley. With discounts like this, it may be some time before we see further Australian business being done.
What's biting and where? Your fishing report is coming up next in sport, plus the mother-daughter duo making the Special Olympics a family affair. Rightio fishing, let's take a look at what's biting and where. In the Dunsborough-Margaret area, reef fishers have been reeling in dewfish, breaksea cod and pink snapper in Kawarama Bay and around Canal Rocks as well. In the Albany area, there's still quite a few salmon at Cables and at Nannarup. Chains Beach and Bluff Creek have been fishing exceptionally well for big skippy and herring. In Geraldton, Big Taylor and some mulloway have been caught between the flat rocks and the mouth of the Greenough River. And around Kalgoorlie in the area there, big Mulloway and jumbo tailor have been caught from the beach at Wago, and blue swimmer crabs have returned to the lower reaches of the Murchison. At Exmouth, it's now the right time of the year for catching giant trevally near the tip of the Cape at spots such as oysters. In Broome, Spanish mackerel have been caught off Entrance Point and Ganthium Point. And the Wreckfish West picture of the week shows Bruce Forsyth with a pretty handsome pinky. He caught that in Exmouth. A Goldfields mum and daughter duo have been selected to go to the Special Olympics next year. They're part of a powerful Goldfields team which dominates the state squad.
23-year-old Michelle Bennett has a big reason to smile. She's just been selected to represent WA at the Special Olympics next year. And the selection is all the more sweeter because she missed out last year.
Really excited, really pumped, just can't wait.
She'll be battling it out in the bocce competition after impressing with her skill and attitude at the State Games in Perth. Michelle has learning difficulties, and despite trying out for the Special Olympics since she was 8, this is her first Nationals appearance. And she came to the sport quite by accident after having to drop out of swimming, her love since she was 7.
3 years ago, I got diagnosed with epilepsy, so I'm not allowed to swim or do any water activities, which sucks because I loved swimming.
Michelle hasn't been playing bocce for long, but found she has a natural talent at it. And her Special Olympics debut will be a real family event, with both her mum and her aunt by her side.
It's a family thing, and it's so cool to share it with her because it's her first Nationals as well, so it'd be really exciting.
Michelle's mum, SHARON, will be the bocce coach.
Awesome, just like being at the Olympics. Yeah, and it's just great to see our guys compete like everybody else.
Out of 81 athletes competing for WA, 6 are from regional WA, 5 of those are from the Goldfields, including Kalgoorlie brothers Evan and Logan Lowenbog. They'll be competing in athletics and soccer for WA.
I was happy and excited.
The pair will be able to cheer each other on.
Yeah, he's gonna do awesome.
I just feel like I belong somewhere now.
Kate Ryan, GWN7 News.
The walking race may not be the most popular or fashionable event when it comes to athletics, but one Bunbury boy is burning the track with his achievements as a race walker, and he's hoping for international success.
It's one of the slowest of events in the world of athletics, but Cooper Anderton is setting quite a pace with his race walking. His journey began just 12 months ago with Little Athletics at the Southwest Academy of Sports. Previously a runner, he tried walking just for fun. 12 months on, and he's clocked the fastest time for under-15s in the 2-kilometre race.
Me and my friends used to just do it for a bit of fun, and then I found out I was pretty good at it. So I went to States and I got a medal, and it's all gone on from there.
Cooper's eye on the finish line has seen him collect a few medals at national and junior international championships along the way, with proud mum Denise supporting every step.
Really proud of him. Yeah, he started off as a bit of a joke and found out that he was really good at it, and he stuck with it.
And stick with it he did, keeping one foot on the ground at all times.
Cooper's success is all the more remarkable because he has no coach, training 10 hours every week. That's 2 hours, 5 days a week after school.
All the competitions I've seen him, mate, this guy's got potential.
Cooper's next competition is the All Schools Championship, and if successful, he will join other junior athletes representing WA at the National Championships in Adelaide, and someday the 20-kilometre walk, just like his idol, Australia's Olympic bronze medalist, Dane Bird-Smith.
I'd love to, at the moment, just continue competing for Western Australia, and maybe hopefully one day I'll be able to represent Australia.
Christina Simic, GWN7 News.
Sean is back next with your weekend weather, and then ahead in 7 News, see how a Perth woman fought off a carjacker with her umbrella. Now, Fuel Watch, keeping you informed on where to find the cheapest fuel prices where you live across WA. For a larger list of towns, check the Fuel Watch website online or phone 1300 304 054. Shauna joins us now, and there's a couple of big celebrations this weekend.
Yes, thanks, Noel. It is marriage bliss. Our congratulations to Alan and Sandra Edwards of Albany and to Colin and Elder Merritt of Busselton, celebrating their 50th wedding anniversaries tomorrow. Have a great day. Now, as for weather, it is just some light morning rain along the southern coastline there tomorrow. We've got a high that's going to be building further through here over much of that southern half. For our north, a taste of wet season build-up with some afternoon thunderstorms possible over that far northern Kimberley. And look, that's again forecast for our tropics on Sunday, the far northern Kimberley. But well below that, you can see a high that's going to move further here and sit pretty much in the bight, which means it is clear skies for much of our south, and we can expect mild to warm temperatures for most districts as well. On to Monday, late showers and thunderstorms possible for the north and east Kimberley, probably late afternoon, evening. We've got a bit of cloud over those southeastern areas and some late showers near the western south coast as a front moves in then on Tuesday. The Bureau forecasting showers for those southern districts. Some late thunderstorms are also possible over the goldfields of the Eucla, and some seasonal thunderstorms also for the Kimberley, once more mostly afternoon and evening as well. Now they're forecast well north tomorrow, otherwise a sunny 37 is the top for Derby, 35 for Broome. The winds will be freshening once more right through the Pilbara, 28 for Tom Price, 30 there for Exmouth. Gusty southeasterlies and 29 in Carnarvon, 27 for Denham, and brisk conditions as well right through the central west, 25 for Geraldton tomorrow. Cloudy, a little warmer in the south, 20 for Bunbury. Albany a possible morning shower and 17, and it's cloudy up through into the wheat belt, both Northam and Merredin, expecting that 21 degrees. There is a chance of a light shower to the southeast coast tomorrow. We've got a top of 17 for Esperance and a partly cloudy day for the Goldfields, 21 in Kalgoorlie. Look, it's not great boating on northern waters tomorrow. We have strong wind warnings from the Kimberley right down through there to the Gascoyne. Strong winds are expected off the Geraldton coast, and then pretty much reaching through here around that 20 to 25 knots for other western waters. Strengths variable to 10 knots off Albany by late afternoon, and then 10 to 15 knots further east of that. Now for the big grand final in Melbourne tomorrow, light morning showers should clear to sunshine, but it's not warm, 16 degrees there. For Perth, a partly cloudy top of 22. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you, Shauna. That's our news, sport and weather for another week. I'll have updates for you throughout the night. 7 News from Perth is next from our team. Good night, Western Australia.